Demetra and Gray, table 25. Demetra and Gray, table 25.
Yeah, I think that's one of his best. One of the best looking Mickelsons I've seen from him. Well, hello. I don't.
Do you want me to pay toy? I'm going to give her a $50 American. Should I give it a toy or you? At my store?
No, I'll take it. I already gave her money.
Do you want it now or later?
Later. And we are back, guys. No.
Scotch doubles Seabrack, second chance.
That is the Extreme 1 shaft on it. So it's actually a 2-piece shaft, but it's glued, and it is 0 deflection. I have exactly the same shaft. Yeah. Mine comes apart, but that one he's glued. Hey, Chad, thanks for tuning in again. Yeah. Colton, yeah, it is a staggered race, so depending on your skill level will determine your race. So Joel goes to 5. Obviously, Phil Taranjo, being the brother of Stan Taranjo, he is racing to 7. John, thanks for tuning in from Mississippi.
Lazaro Johnston to table 26. Lazaro Johnston to table 26.
You're going to get to say sharks with frickin' laser beams.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So for those that were tuned in to the Battle of the Bands, when I did that broadcast out of Cold Lake, Alberta, that same team, the Sharks with frickin' laser beams, is back. So they will be in the team event. Jerry, there actually is a massive difference between the Extreme and the Extreme 1. You wouldn't think there would be, but the Extreme is a low deflection shaft. Extreme 1 is a 0 deflection. It does take some getting used to, but once you're accustomed and acclimated to it, it is such a phenomenal cue to hit with. And that is the thing with any of the Mickelson cues, whether you have the 0 deflection or one of his low deflection shafts. This is what I like about a Mickelson cue, is it will do exactly what you tell it to do. Good, bad, or otherwise, it does exactly what you tell it to do. There's no real guesswork there. And from here, I would have to say that Joel is going to be out from here. He's got some nice angle on the 6 to pop back off that side rail, take the 7 into the side pocket. Yeah, I can do that. Just send me a message, Jerry. I believe you have my personal cell number. Text me there, and that way I don't forget about it. But it'll be some point next week before I can get back there and talk with Bernie about it. Nice draw shot from Joel there. Well done. And of course, and as always, guys, if you can help me out, share the stream, I'd appreciate it. I am manning the mic by myself. Nick, how are you, buddy? So Nick is the owner of Nick's Q Repair out of Calgary, Alberta. Does phenomenal work. He takes care of all the Q Sports Live sponsored players, as well as a lot of the players here in Calgary. Nick does some amazing work. We're doing good over here, Nick. I thought I would be a little more tired than what I am, given that we were just down in North Dakota. But and you know what? I have the score wrong here. It is 2-0 for Joel. But I'm actually feeling pretty good. Hey, Nick, did you get any of those Longazi tips in yet? Yeah, we did get a new camera. Wasn't 100% covered, but we are still waiting on word from the Four Bears Casino, see what they are going to do. But we couldn't really wait for it. The backup camera that we were using, as good as what it was, and I'm glad we had it as a backup, but it is still a backup camera. It does not put out the image quality as to what we want and what most of our viewers have come to expect. Sounds good, Nick. I will be wanting to put one of those on my main playing cue. I'm actually going to give you a shout a little bit later here, Nick. Got some stuff to talk about. I do too, Joe. But again, for those that did donate, we really do appreciate it. So Joel is up 3-0 against Phil Taranjo. Joel's only got to race to 5, while Phil has to race to 7. So Phil is in a little bit deep here. See if we can have him sneak a rack in here. Oh, wow. That cue ball had eyes for that side pocket, pushed right through that one ball to get there. So in this rack, really, Joel only has to navigate it, control the rock, and this could be a 4-0 lead here. I love it, Travis. Breakout Lucille.
You can start your Scotch double, second chance. Table 27.
I would have to say probably not. I suspect he should not be racing to 5.
Mike Lewis, table 21. Last call, you got 5 minutes. Mike Lewis, table 21.
I think at minimum he should be playing at a 6, if not into the 7s, the way that he plays. Yeah, they're good events, Nick. A lot of fun. CCS has been one of the biggest supporters of Q Sports Live locally. They've taken us out to places like Nanaimo, Penticton, obviously here in Calgary, and the event that we did out in Niagara Falls was also a CCS event. So certainly one of our biggest supporters. We appreciate them for that. And we can thank Ted Harms for all of his hard work. And that is a good hit and a get safe out of it. Really well done. And Richie, I'm assuming that meant to say hello from Sioux Falls. So CCS does use the world standardized rules as far as playing in the event. Your handicap does depend on the number of balls that you have left, as well as how many your opponent has left. So in the scoring, any of your balls that you sink are worth 1 point, 8 balls worth 3, but then you also get a point for each one of the balls that your opponent has left on the table. So a perfect game in CCS is a 17-0.
Scotch doubles advance.
And as far as the highest handicap,
table 27.
I am unsure of what the highest handicap would be.
Sorry guys, no. 6:30 match.
Nick, I'm assuming you meant to say that they are sending out the IQ jump cues right now. That would be amazing. We've had quite a few people ask when we are going to raffle a few off. So certainly save us a couple of those, Nick, and we'll get them raffled off for you. So a little bit of right-hand spin going to go into this shot here. Wow. Plays that off and goes off the horn, comes all the way across the right hand and scratches into the side pocket. So Phil asks Joel if he wants him to shoot that with ball in hand, and obviously Joel said no, it is good, so he gave up the game. Phil is on the board. So while they're doing that, guys, we do have our 50-50 draw going up. If you are interested in that, I know it is over $500. That puts $250 into the pocket of the winner. If you'd like a ticket on those, they are 1 for $5, 3 for $10, 10 for 20, or 50 for 50. Same email address if you're in Canada, qsportslive@gmail.com. If you're outside of Canada, PayPal is the option. It is paypal.me/qsportslive. And as soon as I get that payment in, I'll send you a picture of those tickets. We will do that draw live on the stream. That'll be done at some point this evening.
Or you're forfeited. Joe, come up to the tournament desk here.
So he does pot the 9 into one of the pockets, does not qualify for a 9-ball break. So it does get spotted. But with the way that he broke there, again, I got to say, a little bit unlucky on the last rack, but I think Joel is going to be out here. Yep. Yep.
Gaspari Gray, you got 1 minute to be forfeited.
Beautiful looking, eh?
Dimitri, if you're in the building.
I think that's some of his best looking work. Yep. So it is, that shaft comes in 2 pieces and then he glues it back together. That's what makes it the 0 deflection. Yeah. Yep. So mine that I have, he didn't glue it, so mine does come apart, and I love it. That it hits like a dream. Yep. I don't know what his warranty is, but Bernie is great that way. We're about halfway, somewhere in there. Oh yeah, yeah.
Tiffany Francis to the tournament class.
And Ronnie, thanks for tuning in from Franklin, Ohio. Sorry? Yeah, yeah. It wasn't covered, but I can't wait. So that puts Joel on the hill. So we'll see if Phil can string a few racks together here. And with an opponent like Phil, you never can count him out. As much as he's in deep here, you can never count out a guy like Phil Tarango. As soon as this is done. Phil comes up dry on the break there. So he's got to watch himself here. He's got to get to that 2-ball, which is sitting in the top right-hand corner. Hits that really well. Develops the 4-5. Play off the rail. And just had a little too much right-hand spin on there. Hooked himself on the 3-ball. And I think I'm a fan of the 2-rail kick here. If you go off this right-hand side rail, off the end rail, kick that 3 back up to the end of this table, that should send the cue ball into the pack, you know, 5, 8, 9. And just clips the 7 on the attempt to hit the 3 there. So it gives Phil a chance at the table. Put another marker on his side. And so for the 140 people that we have tuned in right now with their volume on, again, where is everybody watching from? We are sitting current time at about 20 after 5, which means the workday is over for us. I realize for those tuning in around the world, that may not be the case. Some may be working, some may be supposed to be sleeping. But we appreciate you tuning in. And I know, Hamza, I believe you're 11 hours ahead of us. So you're early morning there. At least if I remember correctly, you're 11 hours ahead. Waiting for the hockey game to start, Travis. Can't watch hockey while there's pool going on. Attaboy, Chris. Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate that. Queensland, Australia. Alan, thanks for tuning in. So it does look like most of our viewers at current are south of the border. But regardless of where you're tuning in, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We certainly do appreciate it. And if you can all help me out, share the stream, I'd appreciate it. Click that share button down on the bottom left. Invite any of your friends, families. Share to any of the pool groups that you happen to be members of, or any group for that matter. How about first-time viewers? Out of the 170 people we have online right now, is there anybody viewing for the first time? Attaboy, Phil. Puts the marker back up on his side. Well, south of the border, so south of the Canada-US border. Heath, appreciate you tuning in. Welcome to the live stream. And welcome back, Barry. Third time in. Welcome to our addiction. Johnny, it'll be daily 50-50. We are streaming table number 1 and table number 18. Right on. Thanks for tuning in on the big rig. And I think Joel played the smart shot there. Did a little duck. Does leave Phil a nice jump shot. There are definitely some bigger sharks in the room. There will be some pretty amazing pool coming through this event. We have Scotch doubles, we have 9-ball, we have team 9-ball, we have singles 8-ball, team 8-ball. Nice hit from Phil there. And does get the hide. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. Craig, not sure whether Jim Ward is here. All of the brackets are online, though, guys. If you want to stock your favorite player or your favorite team, it is available online under CompuSport. When you get into CompuSport, click My Tournaments, and you'll look for the CCS Western Canadian Championships. Click on that. That will bring up all of the brackets. You can search for any player name or team name. Nice effort on the 1-8 combination. And I believe Phil does have the window on to the 1 ball, which will lead to the 2. Nice little pocket weight shot here for the 1 ball. Leave himself to 2. Yeah, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. And for anybody that is new or first-time viewers on Q Sports Live, wow, 1 ball had to wipe its feet, but finally dropped. And as I was saying, for any of the first-time viewers that are new to Q Sports Live, number 1, welcome to the stream. We really appreciate you tuning in. If you do want to follow along with us in the future, very simple to do. Go onto our Facebook page, click on the like and the follow button. By doing so, each and every time that we do go live, you'll be notified. You'll have the option to click on that link, join into the stream, and it is really that easy. It is point and click, no forms to fill out. Also, make sure that you do go on to our YouTube channel under the same name, Q Sports Live. Hit the subscribe button there, and as soon as we hit 2,000 viewers, or 2,000 subscribers, I should say, we are putting all 2,000 into a draw for a free Q. We did that when we hit 1,000 views. We are going to do it, 1,000 subscribers. We are doing it again when we hit 2,000. So only thing to make sure of when you're subscribing on YouTube, make sure that your settings are set to public. If they are set to private, we won't know that you've subscribed, and we can't put you in the draw. Yes, Jim, Phil Taranjo is related to Stan Taranjo. They are brothers. For those unsure of who Stan Taranjo is, he just went out, finished top 16 representing Canada in the Chinese 8-ball. Did really, really well. I believe he was beat out by Chris Melling. Yeah, we wish everybody luck. We really enjoy you guys tuning in. Obviously, we do follow along with all the comments. That's what helps me kind of get through my day, especially when I'm manning the mic by myself, which is not typical. Usually, we'll have either myself and Ryan, combinations of myself, Ryan, Ben, Steph. We'll have a few different people on the mic, and then we've got guest speakers. If you tuned in for the Four Bears Classic, Roberto Gomez, pro player, joined in on the stream. He was commentating on the youth tournament for the finals, him and his girlfriend, Kelly Isaac. Yeah, Mike, thanks for tuning in again. From Iowa, you've got the same name as my business partner in the other business that I've got here in Calgary. Phil is a very, very well-respected player and a very, very talented player. He did Canada proud out in the Chinese 8-ball competition. Thanks, Hamza. We do like to change it up, though. We don't, or at least I feel, with Ryan and I commenting or commentating all the time, it does get a little bit dry. Or at least that's my opinion anyway. Come on and hear the same voice all the time for every match. I can see where that might get a little dry for some. I won't say Chinese 8-ball is easier. They are played on extremely tight tables. If you've ever played on a diamond table, the Chinese 8-ball tables are even more difficult than playing on a diamond.
Chris Dion, table 2.
They are extremely tough to play on. They will let you know 100% whether your stroke is on or not, and your stroke better be 100% on. So I think Joel got just a touch lucky on that. Left Phil sitting a little bit tough, so we'll see what Phil can come up with. He's going to have to go off the top end of the 8-ball. It's just going to be really difficult to try to get a safety out of here. I think you almost have to go for a Z shot safety on the 8. So have to control the weight of both the 8-ball and the cue ball there. I won't say it's all Canadian tournaments that when you drop the 9-ball in the top 2 as you're looking at the table, it does not count. But certainly there are some. We were just at the Four Bears Classic in North Dakota, and same rules applied. The top 2 pockets do not count. They have the rounded pockets on those Chinese 8-ball tables. They have snooker pockets. Which, I mean, they're just unbelievably difficult to play on. I was talking with Stephen Halem about this exact conversation. He's also been down representing Canada in the Chinese 8-ball, and if you have a rail shot that you'd normally be able to roll in on a valley or a diamond table, just extremely difficult to do on a Chinese 8-ball table. %, agree, Jim. I love diamond tables myself. Yeah, no troubles at all, Alan. So nice shot played from Phil there. Just kind of rolled up, touched that 8-ball. He did leave Joel a little bit tough. It does look like it'll cut to the side. But those side pockets sometimes just spit everything out. And he is really close to the work there. Makes it a little bit tougher of a shot here. Well, they are definitely a forgiving table, Colton. Tony, all of the CCS events use world standardized rules. So it's kind of a mix of both VNEA and BCA.
Bill Fenton to the tournament desk. Bill.
Yeah, double horn. So tried to cut that in and hold shape. And with that light of a shot, you're going to get a little bit of a throw on the 8-ball. So you actually have to kind of overcut that shot a little bit in order to make that. You know what, Nick? I agree. I'm kind of the same way. I said on the earlier stream when Dave Harding was sitting in with me, I have a really hard time adjusting my speed when I'm very accustomed to playing on a diamond table, and I have a hard time adjusting for speed when I play on a valley table. So I actually play better on a diamond than I do a valley. It wasn't always that way, right? Up until I had actually played on a diamond, I preferred the valley tables, but I mean, we're blessed in Calgary. We've got two pool halls that all have diamonds, and that's where we've kind of played out of for the last 3 years, somewhere in there, maybe longer than that. So we are very accustomed to diamond tables. That's the table I actually play better on, even though valley tables have more of a bucket type of pocket. Yeah, Colton, we'll actually have some snooker going through Q Sports Live. I believe they are going live Saturday. That's for the Rickler Cup. That'll be played in Red Deer out of the corner pocket. We've got Val going up there to set up all of the gear and the streaming equipment. And Snooker Canada is bringing in their own commentators to do all the commentating. So that'll be live, I believe, starting on Saturday. I'll get proper information and times and so on and so forth a little bit later. But that will also be available through Q Sports Live. Tough shot there from Phil. I do believe he does have the one ball there. Might be a little bit tight, but the way he's cueing on this, I would say he's got it. And a little bit of draw, go back across on the right-hand side. Well, he got to the right side and the one ball wiped its feet and decided not to go in there. Yeah, they are phasing out their snooker tables. Decided to put in, I believe, 8 9-foot diamonds. So you lose on one end, but then gain on the other. He does jump a lot, JR. That is the Filipino way. If you watch most Filipinos, they do have a jump in most of their shots. Unless you're Efren Reyes. I don't see Efren jump. Well, no, I lied. I've seen Efren, depending on the tournament and the time of day and so on and so forth, I have seen him jump. What's the US conversion for the draw? I'm assuming there you're talking about the Q draw that we have going on. It is $50 Canadian, which makes it about $41 or $42 US, somewhere in there. But when you do send it in via PayPal, it does give you the option to convert and pay in Canadian dollars. I don't think he got there. I think Joel has this one ball. And I missed scoring one of Phil's matches, so the score is actually 4-3. Yeah, JR, if I'm sure with PayPal they do have the option if you're paying in yen to convert to Canadian dollars. And Joel's got to be careful here. Oh, I was just going to say he's got to be careful. Be careful of how he shoots this 2-ball. Well, and as much as those Filipino guys jump, they are some of the best cue technicians out there. 500, 600, 500, 650 as in Fargo rating. I would probably put Phil definitely up there as far as Fargo rating. With Joel, I can't gauge. There's no way that he should be racing to 5 here. He shoots really well and should not be shooting to 5. But I can certainly check that out. I'll see if I can bring up Fargo here and see if
Jenny Lucas, Blake Holmes, if you're here, can you come up to the tournament desk? Jenny Lucas, Blake Holmes.
see if I can find out what their Fargo rating is here. Wow, almost bang on the money. 653 for Phil Taranjo. I'm not sure whether Joel is going to have a Fargo rating or not. And Joel is a 628. So Phil adds another tick on his side of the board. We are tied up 4-4. Although Joel is on the hill. And does give Phil another shot at adding another tick on his side. And should be a fairly easy out for Phil here. Simple matter of, well, and I say simple, it is a matter of controlling the rock at this point. Everything does have a home to go to. So if you control the rock, proper positional play, and Phil should be out here. They both have red with jeans on. So Phil is at the table right now. Looks like we've got a question from YouTube. Is this tournament open to anyone? Yes and no. On any of the singles event or Team 9 ball, it is open to anybody. If you do want to come down and play, you pay your sanctioning fee, the entry fee, and you're in it. For the team events, you do have to be a member of the league. So in Canada, CCS, it is affiliated with ACS in the States. So if you are in the United States and wanted to come up and play, so long as you have the number of weeks, which I believe is 8 weeks, in ACS, you are eligible to come up and play. Phil adds another ticker on his side. Jim, I shoot with a Mickelson Custom Q, which I do believe has a short ferrule on it. Maybe it is a longer ferrule. Not too sure. Never really paid attention to it. Yeah, it really depends on where you're located as to what each different division means. So in Calgary, for example, open means it is open to anybody. So any skill level is open players. Then you've got advanced above that, and then masters above that. So the open is kind of the lower, open to any novice player. But when you head a little bit north, 3 hours north in Edmonton, open does mean the higher end master players. So they have called a ref for this shot. It is a little bit close. And it is based on your ranking within the CCS system as to whether you'll be racing to 5, 6, or 7. My opinion is Joel should not be racing to 5. At very minimum, he should be racing to 6. I think that was actually wired to go off the horn. I don't think it was quite wired to the pocket. So, wow, nice shot from Phil. And that puts Phil on the hill. We now have a hill-hill match. Yes, sir. Really nice comeback from Phil. He was down deep in the early parts of this match. Was in really deep. Made a nice comeback here. So I think regardless of what happens in this match, you've got to give it to Phil for never giving up. I mentioned that at the start of the rack, that you can never count out Phil Taranjo, ever. And this is exactly why. Yeah, he was down 4-0. No, Michael, if you come into CCS for example, this year is your first year in CCS, they don't consider your ranking. You would be ranked at the lowest level. So obviously that's what's happened here with Joel. And until you've played a year and you've gained a ranking, that's how the ranking system works. And it does seem like the table got hungry and ate one of the 9 balls. I think they found it now. And just while they're racking, I'll throw up the Q draw that we have going on one more time. It is for the Mickelson Custom Q, 56 tickets being sold, $50 per ticket. This cue is made of bird's eye maple, ebony, tulip wood, elk horn on the joint and the butt cap. Does come with an Extreme 1, 0 deflection shaft. If you'd like one of those tickets and you're in Canada, qsportslive@gmail.com is the email transfer. Outside of Canada, PayPal is the option. It is paypal.me/qsportslive. And as soon as I get that transfer in, I'll put your name onto a ticket, send it back to you. Once all those tickets are sold out, we will do that draw on the live stream. Joel's got a good break there, and it may be a race to the 2-ball. So depending on the angle, I know what I see. Probably going to draw into this, go from the right-hand side rail back across the table. I don't know if he can see enough of that 2-ball to make the 9-ball. But if it's not a race to 2, it just might be the race to the 6. It was Joel's break on the hill. I agree, Jim. Once you do have a Fargo rating, you'd want to see the robustness of that or the reported number of games to Fargo, somewhere between 800 and 1,000. That will give you a little bit more accurate of a Fargo rating than a unestablished new player that only has a couple of 100 games in there. Very nice. Plays it off the 2-ball, takes in the 9. Joel is the winner of the match. Really nice carom shot from Joel there. And I believe the next match is coming up at 6 o'clock. So I will leave the stream up for now. Hopefully it is at 6. I am going to go for a quick little break outside. I'll leave the stream up for now. I'll double check that we do have matches at 6. And I'll be right back and let you know. So give me a couple minutes here, guys. I'll be right back.
Are you serious? Man, he's got that fucking... That you're playing here next week. Pretty sure, yeah. He's got that crazy stuff. Dude, that's not even easy. That's like fucking...
All right, so on table 1, which is the current table that you're looking at, we have Stephen Halem. I'm not sure who his opponent is. Do you know who your opponent is, Steve?
Not too sure.
Yeah. Not sure who his opponent is, so they will be playing up here on table 1. So I'll leave the stream up. Once again, guys, if you can help me out, I know we lost half the viewers there, but if you can help me out and share it, that'd be great. And I will be right back in about 5 minutes.
move to table 2 at 6 o'clock. Kelly and Richard, we got a few scores in there. You guys want to come up? It's a maybe second chance night walk. Kelly and Richard, you want to come get your shoe?
Stats still here? Bounced. Thank you. I don't know. Some guy. Yeah, how do you like that? Weird, eh? Yeah, you go. Hey.
Sorry guys, I'll be right with you just a couple of minutes. It'll be Stephen Halem. I'm not sure who his opponent is, but I will be right with you. Yeah. So this is unlike a Pro-Am event. When you go and you play in a Pro-Am event, there are no handicaps. It's straight up race to whatever they call it as, 6, race to 7, so on and so forth. This being a league playoff, it is a handicapped event. So for now, I'm going to switch over to the other camera. This is Joe Spence. And I can't remember how to spell Joel's last name, so we'll do it this way. I'm not quite sure what their score is. I believe it is 1-0. Or sorry, 0-0.
Do you have any true shots?
Not here today.
No, I'll have to bring something along. I got nothing with me. I'll have to bring it to Scott.
Are you here tomorrow, Chris? Okay. And I won't be able to fit all of that into the little bit of space that we've got there. Jackson, is that their sheet? Can I have it? Just want to see what the race is. Okay, thank you. All right, so we are set up as soon as Johnny gets into the room for Steven's match. Up until then, we might do a split screen on this one for Joe and Joel. It is a handicap system based on 17 points. So the CCS events, all of the CCS events, whether that's Nanaimo, Penticton, Calgary, or Niagara Falls, all have a 17-point system. So same type of thing as any other game that you play. You get 1 point for each one of the balls that you make, 3 points for the 8. But in this event, or this pool league, you also get 1 point for each one of your opponent's balls that are on the table as well. So depending on that, that's how they come up with their handicap system or their ranking system. Very similar to the APA, where it's a ranking of a 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure what the top ranking system is for CCS. So I think we'll jump over to the split screen. That way we can capture both matches. Yeah, typically with the leagues, you don't get 9-ball within regular league play. It is a playoff-only event, and based on your rank, will determine whether you're racing to 5, 6, or 7. And no troubles for Joe to get out here. That does make it 2-0 for Joe. Whoops. %100% correct, JR. So the top score in any CCS 8-ball event is 17 points. Joel won, Len. Nice shot from Johnny there to knock that 4-ball in. Unfortunately, I'm sure he's hooked on this 5-ball. No, I agree, Lan. There's no way that Joel should be a 5, but like I said, if it is your first time playing in a CCS league, you obviously will start at the bottom and then work your way up to the top rather quickly, which I believe will be the case with Joel. And Anthony, I do have your transfer in for your ticket on the queue. I will get that done and sent back to you. The skill level, I believe, was equal, but the race was not. I don't think that Joel should have been going to 5 in that match. At best, it should have been a 5, or sorry, a 6. I think they would probably do known ability in that case. But I do believe within the CCS leagues, there are no pros allowed. Even though you get guys like Steven who can play with the pros, he is not officially a pro. This is being broadcast in Calgary, Alberta. And Anthony, if you are still with us, if you can comment on the stream, so I can get a look at what your Facebook profile looks like. Then I can make sure that I send the ticket back to the right spot. It's the same as our tournaments here in Calgary. You'll find some of the tournaments or most of the tournaments around don't let the higher caliber players play in tournaments. Calgary, that is not the case. And to be quite honest, I don't know, like with the caliber of play that we have here in Calgary, I don't mind playing against guys. I don't mind playing against guys like Joe and Steven, Russ, Ben. That is how you get better. Thanks, Tony. Oh my. Tony, could you do me a bit of a favor? I'm just searching on Facebook. There are a ton of Tony Todds on here. Could you send me a message on the Q Sports Live Facebook page? Just send me an instant message. That way I can respond back to it and I make sure that it goes back to yourself. There are a ton of Tony Todds on Facebook. No, they are not really helping me out. They're not using their flip cards. So trying to keep track of Joe's match, commentate, do tickets, and Steven's match. Trying to keep track of the score. Gets a little bit difficult when they're not using their flip cards. So you'll have to bear with me until I get their score update. Laurel, can you go ask them to use their flip card? This is being held at the Acadia Rec Center, so in South Calgary.
Can you plug this in, please? Thank you. It's awkward. Huh? Nobody can see it.
What's up?
I can see it. It's for me.
That one won't plug into this.
Oh,
It's like,
I don't have one.
how soon is that?
So I've just been told Steven is 2-0 over Johnny. Isn't that right, JR?
Next slide in for a sec. I gotta look something up.
Yeah, I'm getting kicked over to the curb. Yes, Jeremy, he does play pool for a living. And Tony, that ticket will be back to you. Should be in your Facebook Messenger. Oh yes, he's with the statement that Stephen made in the forebears. We've been contacted by quite a few that want to give him some action. Absolutely, JR. You and I are in the same boat. It was cold in here this morning, Lan, for sure. I haven't taken my jacket off all day. Yeah, he will pretty much play anybody. Yeah, it's not too bad in here now, but this morning was cold. But I'm sure that's because it was cold outside. We are playing in what would normally be an ice rink. You know what, Todd? I'm not sure if this is for the hot seat or not. Perhaps one of those that are following along on CompuSport can't answer that. When I'm manning the mic by myself doing Q tickets, trying to keep track of 2 matches with the score does get a little bit rough on me. So you'll have to bear with me just for a little bit. Thanks, Barry. Appreciate that. So that puts Stephen up 3-1. It is also 3-1 in Joe versus Joel. And they're just waiting for Danny Gombach on the other table to finish his shot so they can rack it up. Yeah, Joe is also a very, very talented player himself. Joe and Stephen are brothers, half brothers, if you will. But Joe plays pretty darn good himself. So it looks like 5 off the 9 here, or a 5-8 combination. 5-8 combination it is. 5 into the bottom left, just off the side rail, back out for the 6 into the side. Hopefully I pronounce it right, Jermaine. Welcome to the stream, Zanik. Hopefully I said it properly. Let me know if I didn't. I apologize if I didn't. But welcome to the stream nonetheless. We appreciate you tuning in. So Johnny does make a nice 7-ball shot there, get some nice position on the 9-ball. Three-two there. Steven is running to have a washroom break, so we'll do the close-up on Joe Spence until he returns. Perfect. Glad I pronounced that properly. And guys, thanks again, tuning in all the way from Jamaica. And Joel does have the table that he can get square with Joe, make it a 3-3 game. Really unfortunate kick for Joe. 8-ball came and kicked that cue ball into the side pocket, so a little unfortunate for Joe Spence there. Absolutely, Tony. Eric Vargas is playing in this. Russ Whittle is playing in this. Danny Gombach, obviously Joe Spence, Stephen Halem. PJ was playing in here. Jackson Clifford's in here. Phil Taranjo. There is a lot of talent in the room. And Steven is back, so we'll move her back to the split screen. Thanks, Lan. Gotta move. That is a tough shot for Joel there. I don't know if he's hooked himself on that 8-ball or whether he can just see the top edge of that. Steven's looking good to be 4-1 up. Yeah, no troubles at all, Tony. Appreciate you tuning in again, brother. And I think Joe might get a little bit lucky on that.
Jackson Clifford, table
The
9.
pool gods returned the favor when they used the 8 ball to kick the cue ball in off the break. Oh, I'm sure he'd love to go down there, JR. Yeah, I'm really hoping that they change that format, though, with the Mosconi Cup. Right now it only includes the United States. I'm really hoping that they change that and they include all of North America there. That is a good shot. And I don't think Steven meant to pump into that 4 ball there. I agree. I think it needs to happen, needs to change. What's going on, buddy? Oh, great shot. Really nice recovery there. And I think it's going to take more than just including all of North America in there. Mentally, I don't know whether they were quite prepared and haven't been prepared for, I would say, the better part of the 10 years. Right? I mean, you can't take anything away from Europe. Every single one of those players plays lights out. I just don't think that the United States players were. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's not mentally prepared or that talent that is on that team are more talented at the singles races as opposed to a team environment. I'm not sure what the mix and what the proper mix or caliber or what it would take to get the United States back in competition with that. What does 7-5 mean? That is the races. So Joe Spence has to go to 7, where Joel A has to go to 5. Stephen Halem has to go to 7, and Johnny has to go to 5. And I know I missed a game here with Joe. I know he's at 5. Keep them pretty good pace at keeping up with each other. Yeah, no troubles at all, Ruben. Yeah, and I agree. I don't know whether they take it seriously, whether they don't, because I mean, you're guaranteed good money no matter whether you win it or lose it. You're guaranteed good money. And maybe the USA needs to get hungry. But again, I'm only one guy with one opinion, and my opinion is worth exactly what you've all paid for it. Yeah, but I mean, you're going into a match guaranteed a $10,000 payday. I don't know how much incentive it is when you're Shane Van Boning making $200,000 or better a year playing pool. How much incentive are you going to have to play lights out for the extra 10 grand? I don't know. I don't know what the formula is going to be and what it's going to take. Wow, a little light off the shot there from Steven. He did hook Johnny there, but I'm pretty sure Johnny does have the option to go off the rail first and make the 4-ball. Yeah, that's exactly it. So I mean, making that kind of money, are you really gonna put in your A game and be there mentally to challenge yourself for an extra 10,000? I don't know. Well, you would think it would be about pride, but that is seemingly not the case. Right? I think, when you go back and look at it, USA was doing the same thing to Europe that Europe is now doing to the USA. And for 10 years, it was all Team USA on the Mosconi wins. And now it's Europe's turn. Right, they're taking the boots to the USA, and I don't think that they're taking it very seriously. It's a big payday for everybody that makes the team, and like it was alluded, they go out, they play golf, and they're running around on dirt bikes, and UK takes it seriously, or Europe takes it seriously. They're in there practicing, they're doing what they need to do. They practice prior to coming out, and they lay it down when they get here. Sean, I think the new league that Mike Siegel is starting, as with any new league that starts, I think they're going to go through their growing pains. They're going to go through the trials and tribulations of being a new league. I think it's good anytime that somebody does start something for pool. Anytime you attract anybody to pool, I'm for it. But they are going to have their issues. They're going to have their challenges. Could it be good? Absolutely. But what will come of it, yet to be seen. Yeah, you bet, Jay. Oh, a nice attempt at the 9-ball there. Unfortunately, with that attempt, I think that might sell out the rack here. I don't know if they're in bed with somebody, JR, that's paying them to dump. I just don't think, the likelihood or the knee-jerk reaction is to kind of put that on Shane, where he's #1 in the world by Fargo rating, considered #1 in the world by many out there today. Can you put all of that on Shane? No, I don't think you can. I think it's a team event. And as a team, you need to show up and you need to gel as a team, and you need to really kind of dig your heels in and say, okay, we've had enough, and we haven't seen that out of Team USA yet. Have they had enough after 10 years? I don't know. I guess we'll see in the next Mosconi. Right, and you're right. I mean, it should be about pride. Unfortunate scratch from Steven there. And Joel's making a match over here with Steven, or sorry, with Joe. And looks like Johnny will have run of the table here. Should have no troubles getting out. I don't know, JR. You know what? We kind of did something here in Alberta called the Alberta Cup, where we pitted Calgary against Edmonton. And you ask any of the players that played in that event, and we're talking seasoned players, Brian Butler, just some big names that have played a ton of pool. And it is a different kind of pressure than your normal, league play tournament down in Vegas, or, a Pro-Am event. It's just a different kind of pressure. But you'd figure after the number of times that he has played in the Mosconi, that pressure he would be somewhat acclimated to. I think and I think you're right on the second point. Maybe a better team captain, somebody that's going to kind of, I don't want to say whip the guys into shape, but I mean take it a little bit more seriously than what they have been. So sorry about that. I did miss that win by Joe there, so he is on the hill. But I think you're online. You're on point, JR. With the play that Shane has displayed there, maybe it is the Mosconi Cup curse for him. Steven is now also on the hill, but I think it's a team event. It's got to be a collective mindset. And when you look at Team Europe when they play, they've got that mindset. They're hungry to win, and they want to win it as a team. And you can see the mental strength within how that team gels together. And it's something we haven't seen in the Mosconi Cup from the USA players. The only thing about the Mosconi Cup that I heard that really kind of was a huge compliment to us was the fact that somebody on one of our streams said that we should be down there doing the live stream for the Mosconi Cup. So we appreciate all the compliments that way. But as I said, guys, everything I talk about is really only my opinion, and it's worth what you paid for it. Well, and I agree again, JR. And maybe you can put a little bit of that on Shane, where, he's got to find a way to motivate his team. You can't put that 100% on the captain. But I think prior to the event, that is on the captain. And, making sure that the guys that do make the team, they do gel in whatever capacity you need to make that happen. Whether, maybe you do go out for a dirt bike or go out for a round of golf or whatever. But once that's done, get on the table. Get on the table, start practicing, take the game seriously, take the match seriously. It's not about a $10,000 payday that you're playing for, because that is the difference between a win and a loss, is a $10,000 difference, which to a lot of those guys don't really mean a whole lot. But it's about the pride of the game, and I think we need a captain in there for Team USA that understands that point. And I'll agree with you there too. Play him a little bit later on. Maybe that'll give him the confidence booster he needs, where he's not first out of the lineup. And I mean, I get the mentality, I guess, putting Shane out first and trying to kind of lay down the law early. But if he doesn't win, and that's a risk you take, right? Where he's going to drag the rest of the team down with him. You can have my life. How are you, Sean? I'm well. "100% agree, Sean. When you're playing in that Mosconi Cup, the pressure of that is so different, and the fact that it only happens once a year. Can you really acclimate to that type of pressure while you're only playing the event once a year? So the mental game, you got to be tough on the mental side of the game for sure. But if you put Shane out, kind of like JR alluded to, if you put Shane out first out of the gates, expecting to kind of lay down the law and make a statement, and he loses, it can have the opposite effect of what you're trying to do. But I guess my ultimate feeling is that as a collective group, you can't rely on Shane Van Boning and his mental strength to get the whole team through that event. That whole team has to go in there mentally tough, mentally strong, and hungry for the win. Because if Shane does get down, it's up to the rest of the team to pull him up, and vice versa. Yeah, I like that team, JR. And I think you're right with your captain's pick. If ever there's a guy that you would want as the team captain for mental toughness and to kind of be that grinder when you need, be that kick in the pants when you need it, be the motivation when you need it, I think Earl is that guy. Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, Mike. That point does have some validity to it. But I do think coaching is a huge part of that game. And it's a big responsibility. It's something that you've got to kind of man up for to kick the rest of your team in the pants if they need that, and motivate them, find a way.
Gardner to the tournament desk. Gardner, Wickwire to the tournament desk.
Right, when you find a way to do it, it makes for such an exciting match. You know, if you're down, you're not getting the rolls, you're not getting the rubs, and you find yourself down a little bit, it's that mental toughness and that kick in the pants to try to motivate, get something going, be mentally strong, and really kind of dig in and go after it. But we don't see that from Team USA. Right? Now, whether that's the team captain or, you know, you put that on the shoulders of Shane Van Boning, I don't know. Right? And you can't take away from the skill that Team Europe has. You just can't. They're not going to give it away. They're just not going to give it away. So Joe comes out victorious. So does Steven. Kind of lost track of where I was on the match, getting into this conversation. So for everybody that is listening and wanted me to commentate on what shot is next, I apologize. But really, we've got a lot of pool coming, so I am pacing myself that way with with the amount of commentating that we have left throughout the course of the next 4 days. And really, when you're watching guys like Joe Spence and Stephen Hallam play, they make it look really easy, and it is pretty much stop shot, maybe a little bit of a couple of rails here and there, but really not a lot of commentating needed in these matches. So I do appreciate the conversation regarding the Mosconi Cup. Hopefully I can give you a little bit of where my head's at mentally, give you some of my opinions. Whether we agree or not, that's fine. We can always agree to disagree. Yes, Chris, we are still selling tickets. I'll throw that queue up right now. It is for the Mickelson Custom queue. Same queue I play with, 56 tickets being sold, $50 Canadian per ticket. Queue is made out of bird's eye maple. It is a wrapless queue with ebony. There is tulip wood. The elk horn is on the joint and the butt cap. Also comes with the Extreme 1, which is a zero deflection shaft. If you do want one of those tickets and you're in Canada, qsportslive@gmail.com is the email address. Outside of Canada, paypal.me/qsportslive. And as soon as I get your transfer in, I'll put your name on a ticket, send it back to you. Once they are all sold out, we will do that draw for you on the live stream. Yeah, thanks, Shane. It's something that, it is in our business plan. It is our business model to be very interactive with our viewers. Maybe we get into a couple of somewhat controversial topics from time to time, and it takes us away from commentating. Hopefully you enjoy some of the points that I've got, kind of give you a different perspective, I guess, on a few different things. And we appreciate everybody that does tune in. Thanks, JR. Appreciate that, brother. So I believe the next match is at 7 o'clock. Let's see how far we are into our run time. Just coming up to 2 hours on the run time. So I will shut down the stream for now. Should be back in about 10 minutes here, maybe 7:30. Actually, I'm going to run and check here real quick. So stay tuned. I'll jump off real quick, run and check when the next match is, and I'll let you know. I'll be right back here, 2 minutes. All right, so we do have a match coming up at 7 o'clock, so around about 8 minutes from now. So I will shut down the stream real quick. If you guys haven't gone onto our Facebook page, click the like and follow button. Make sure you do that. That way when I do come back, you'll be notified. You can join in on the stream again. Also go onto YouTube and subscribe there. First 2,000 subscribers will be put into a draw for a free queue. So I will shut down the stream. We will reset. We'll be back here at about 7 o'clock. Until then, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for all the conversations. Let me kind of express my viewpoints on things. Appreciate that. We'll be back in about 8 minutes. So until then, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in about 8 minutes from now.